Move on quickly because I'm just aware we're just a few minutes behind. Our next speaker is Samith Pich, and actually he's going to speak tonight for the Humourous speech contest, which he's representing us for at area level very soon, next week, I think. So Samith's speech is called The Top 3 Worst Love Tips of All Time. You're laughing already. Sibel is very kindly going to facilitate the evaluation, and there are no formal objectives, but Sibel, could you tell us what you're expecting from this speech?
Since Samith is going to represent the club in the Humourous competition, it is obviously going to have to be an entertaining speech, Samith. So this is your objective, a humorous and entertaining speech.
Thank you, Sibel. Samith, could we welcome you to the lectern, please, for your speech tonight? Thank you.
Tonight, I'm going to expose the top 3 worst love tips of all time. Terrible love tips such as be yourself and marry your best friend, and of course, opposites attract. Now I'm sure over the course of years we've all had our fair share of love tips given to us, some good, some bad. But the consequences of taking on board bad love advice can be years of heartache and frustration and the occasional restraining order, which I like to put it, long distance dating. So tonight, friends, guests, and anyone who's ever been alone on a Friday night, I stand before you here today as someone who has walked through into the battlefield of love as prepared as a lamb to the slaughter. Now I know this may be kind of hard for some people to believe given my ridiculously good looks and chiseled 2-pack abs, but I haven't always been the romantic heavyweight you see standing before you. In fact, in my early years, I had the sex appeal of Ken Rudd, and I also was beaten up by a redhead. So, which makes the job of exposing these 3 love tips so important. So listen up. First of all, the poster boy of love tips today. Be yourself. Now, obviously, be yourself sounds like pretty good advice. And if you're a warm, caring, well-adjusted individual, then it will work for you. But if you were anything like I was, then it won't. Because the truth is, despite what the media tries to make us believe, the truth is all successful relationships is based on one thing. Can you guess what it is? Lies. For at least the first 3 to 6 months anyway. Because the truth is, most of us would have never gotten a date if we were truly ourselves for the first time. So let me illustrate this by giving you an extreme example. What if you were a video gaming addict who worked at Domino's Pizza, hardly ever showered or wore any pants? How many eHarmony connections would you get then? Probably not that many or none. So the trick here is not to just be yourself, but to be the best version of yourself. And if you can't be the best version of yourself, then at least do a good job marketing it. So in our previous case of that hygienically challenged video gamer, a better way would be to market himself as, say, digital media expert, someone who loves Italian cuisine, lives and loves a minimalist lifestyle close to nature. Boom! Suddenly he's a great catch. So, which leads me on to tip number 2. Marry your best friend. Now, I've been known on occasion to tell my friends that I love them, And we have laughs and a good time. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to go on one man's knee and pop the question to them. You see, all my besties are smarter, stronger, and faster than me. And I suspect half of them are alcoholics. And that's just the women. Now, my male best friends, the reason why I wouldn't marry them is because, well, they got man bits and I'm not inclined in that direction. Because it's so important that in a partner for life that there's some form of attraction. And if you see my guy friends, you will feel the same. So lastly, it is opposites attract. Now from a scientific point of view, opposites do attract. But when it comes down to nature, opposites don't only attract, they can potentially kill. So I'm going to give two extreme examples, one from nature and one from personal experience. The first one, what is the opposite of a cute baby seal? Answer, a killer whale. So, and who would come out better in this relationship? Obviously the killer whale. Coincidence? I think not. In nature, opposites of each other. And also, in my own personal appearance, what is the opposite of a guy like me? It would be someone, say, tall, fair-skinned, green-eyed, beautiful, redhead. And there was such a situation. And how did this love story end? Well, one of us tried to stab the other one in the eye with a plastic fork. But this was in year 3, but that's despite the point. It confirmed to me that opposites don't only attract, but it can potentially be life-threatening. So, in conclusion, don't be very wary of taking love advice from anybody, including someone like me. Because, of course, when you're in love, you should definitely be yourself. Because if you're not yourself, and how can you know you're being loved for you if you are not being the you that you should be, but you're rather being the you that you're not, and then you won't know who you are? Of course, the marriage should be a great friend, but they don't have to be your best friend. What matters most is that you share the qualities of a good friendship, love and trust and good times and sense of humor. And finally, opposites attract. But that doesn't mean that you have to date killer whales or alcoholics. What matters most is that you still operate on the same page despite your differences. And if I can be so bold as to offer one last piece of love advice, it would be this. To love, in general, is the best advice.